Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Art Boss Report. If you want to know what the first rule to Social Media Club is, then my friends, you're in the right place. If you're wondering, oh my goodness, or you're thinking this to yourself, oh my goodness, I'm working. I'm working so hard on my social media, but I have absolutely no idea if my social media is working for me. You're in the right place. If you're telling yourself or you're telling others, I'm working so hard on my social media, but I'm just hearing crickets, or better yet, you're like, I'm working so hard and I have lots of people who are telling me wonderful, beautiful, they're giving me the hearts, the thumbs up, but I have absolutely no idea what to do next. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So find that comfy spot in your house, your studio, grab a beverage of choice. For a lot of you, it's lunchtime, grab a little snack because we're going to dig on in. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I see folks are here. I'm going to say, hey, back at you. Philly Arts and Comics. Good to see you. So excited that you're here today. I am going to be talking about not so fun of a topic sometimes, right? Crickets in your social media. Really, are you working really hard in your social media, but you're not sure if your social media is working for you? We're going to be talking about the first rule to Social Media Club. I don't know if you ever saw that movie Fight Club with like Brad Pitt and I think it was Edward Norton. And what if you're here, what was the first rule to Fight Club? Right? The first rule of Fight Club was don't talk about Fight Club, right? And here's the reality. The first rule to Social Media Club is we have to be talking about what's working and what's not working in our social media. Otherwise, there's no way that we can identify the gaps in our business, measure what's happening, and actually make the adjustments that we need in our social media so that we can magnetize our ideal clients. Social media is set up in a way that allows for us to magnetize our clients. It also allows for us to repel those people we don't want to attract. It's super amazing. And our social media also allows for us to give our clients, our future customers, everything they need to say yes, so that when we're making our offers, they're pulling out their credit cards. So I don't know if that sounds good to you today, but I want to talk about the first rule to social media. We're going to call it Social Media Club. What's the first rule to Social Media Club? And we're going to really start unpacking what we need to be doing in social media. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to spend about 10, maybe 15 minutes talking about this today, but this deserves way more time than just 15 minutes. We're not going to be able to solve every single issue, struggle, and problem in our social media in just 15 minutes. But I am going to give you the first rule to your social media business that's going to allow for you to immediately implement the changes you need so you can immediately magnetize more people to you, as well as immediately start walking your most perfectly wonderful client down the path to the sale. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We've talked over the last couple of weeks about some of the other things we can be doing in our social media. So feel free to grab some of this training that I did. I think it was in January. I'm pretty sure the first one was in the beginning of January. We talked about how we have to stop hiding behind our social media. It's super important for our customers to get to know us, right? So if we're not showing up in our social media on the front side, if people don't know what we look like, if people don't have any way to actually talk to us or ask us questions, okay, it's one of the first places that you can make a change is just to make a choice to stop hiding behind your social media. And I know it's one of the things that I say that when I'm like, hey, are you hiding behind your social media? It's like nearly impossible to close sales, especially high ticket sales, if you're hiding behind your social media. I'll usually, if I post a post like that, there's a couple people who are like, that's absolutely ridiculous. No one needs to see your face to buy your art. You're absolutely right. If you're selling a couple $100 piece of artwork, nobody needs to see you. Inside of the Art Boss formula, this is about selling artwork at a price that reflects the value of what we do. Okay. And if $200 reflects the value of what you think you're worth, then that's totally cool. Hide behind your social media. Okay. So I know already I'm starting to scratch some people who are like, no, I don't have to show up. Okay. But that is one of the trainings that I provided that back in January if you want to go grab that. We also need to understand the number of eyeballs that we need to have in our social media. What's an eyeball? An eyeball can range in your social media based on where you're working in your social media funnel, whether you're at top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of funnel. But we need to understand how many people need to see our artwork in order to magnetize our ideal customer and then give them everything that they need to say yes. So the number of eyeballs on our artwork is going to depend on where we're working inside of our social media, what platforms we're using, where our clients are in their journey, because we have a customer journey that we're giving them. We're giving them a path to success. That's what we're giving them. So depending where they are in the journey, whether they've just started a journey with us or maybe they've already purchased from us in the past, what the number of eyeballs we need at each one of those levels it's going to change based on our own businesses. Also, we've talked about the quality of content is super important. So these are all prior trainings that before today that we talked about just how do you get the content that you need. Do you need to be in our content creation club? Do you need to be working with us every single week so that we can help you build out that content you need and understand what to say when you're working at the top of your funnel and what to say when you're working at your bottom of your funnel? What kind of content is going to motivate your ideal customers to do what they need to get success with you? So today we're going to just kind of like, we need to know, I needed to layer out, give you that foundation. This is very intentional. I've been giving you a lot of content and information around social media because today we're going to be talking about the first rule of Social Media Club. We're going to be talking about, yes, we need to be talking about our social media. We need to understand what's working and what's not working. And I'm going to give you the very first rule, what you need to be doing if you want to use your social media to not only connect with your customers and be in the just giving information, but also to use it to close sales. Okay, so here it is. Here's the number one rule to Social Media Club. We need to be able to measure our results. We need to be able to have our social media set up in a way that allows for us to determine whether the work we're doing inside of our social media is actually producing the results that we want. Okay, so rule number one is we have to be able to measure our results. Now, I told you first, I'm going to talk to you for like 10, 15 minutes. We're going to talk about the first rule. I'm going to share a little bit more, but this is training that's going to take at least an hour. Okay. If you want to really dig in and learn how you can measure your social media and find those milestones and measurement points that allow for you to determine what you're doing, if it's working or not, because let's walk away from the days where we're just working really hard in our social media. I'm like on my computer, working, but we have no clue whether what we're doing is getting the results that we want. Instead, we want to claim this. We want our social media to be working for us. We want to have ideally an automated social selling system that allows for us to be back in our studio because we know that what we're doing is producing the results that we want. Okay. So the number one rule, what is it? Number one rule to our social media, someone type it in, just go, number one rule to Social Media Club is measure our results. Okay. So Let's talk a little bit about the sales funnel and the social media, how we really need to be setting up our social media in a way that we can measure what's happening at the top of our sales funnel. We need to understand how many eyeballs need to see it when we first meet someone, when they're at the very beginning of our customer journey. Okay. So the funnel just kind of goes like this. It's literally, we go out, and the tighter the funnel gets, the less work we have to do. Okay, so we have to be running a sales funnel because we want to be working the hardest with the least amount of people who have the highest percentage to actually purchase, right? That's it. That's it. But we have to be able to measure that. So, how many people need to see our artwork on a monthly basis at the top of our funnel? Do you know that number? Do you know what that number is? Because once you know what that number is, now you can do the things to make that happen. And once someone comes into our selling system, once someone comes into that container that we've built with our leads, okay, we're no longer trying to sell to followers. We're no longer trying to sell to those people who are never can convert. There, or like we're looking for the 0.001% of people who are going to convert to a sale because they're ready that very second. We instead bring them into our selling funnel, and we start giving them everything they need to say yes. How many people need to be in your container in order to close $10,000 of sales a month? Do you know what that number is? Do you have that? Do you have that information? Better yet, do you know how many people are going to close when you run your selling system? How many people are at the bottom of the funnel? Are you working with 10, 20, maybe 100 people just at the bottom of your funnel that's now where you're spending all your time? You're no longer working at the top of the funnel where you're trying to reach millions upon millions of people to find someone to purchase. You literally now are working and spending most of your time in your sale in selling just down with a handful of people. So it gives you back your time. It allows for you not to have to be in and on your computer all day long trying to find sales, because instead of trying to work with the millions of people who are sitting up at the beginning of the journey, you're actually working with the people who have already been pre-qualified by your system, and they're looking to purchase something for you. You just need to be in the conversations with those people so that you can be closing the sales that you want and closing the sales that you need. So measure, measure, measure. We have to measure the number of eyeballs at each place. And we also have to have a system to measure the content quality and what we need to be putting at all three places of our sales funnel as well. What we're talking about at the top of the funnel is very different than what we're talking about when we're in a sales conversation and starting to close a sale. The biggest mistake of Social Media Club is trying to close sales at the top of the funnel. When you're already in trying to be in a sales conversation at the very top of your funnel, that's when you sound like a salesy weirdo. When you're in a sales conversation with your perfectly ideal customer who've walked down the path to the sale and you're having a sales conversation, then you're serving them and you're providing them with the results and the success that they expect from you. So it's super, super important to understand your sales funnel and to be doing social media audits. Okay. An audit is a way to measure your results. It's a way to measure whether your social media is working for you. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite you to a training that I'm going to be doing on February 15th. Okay. I do a social media funnel audit once every quarter. Okay. I want to make sure that all the work I'm doing in my social media is actually producing the results that I want. So I'm doing one for my own business. And I was sitting there thinking, well, why don't I just actually just model this and show this to artists just so that they can see how it's done. You're going to be able to walk away with the steps you need in order to run your own social media audits for the rest of your business life. And I'm going to throw in there a super sweet Team Art Boss audit. We'll take a look at your top of funnel for you, and we'll make some recommendations on things that you need to be changing inside of your social media top of funnel. Okay, so if that's something that sounds interesting to you, I'm going to be offering a paid training on what is that, February 15th, and everything's available in replay. So if you're watching this, and you live around the world, because so many of art bosses live around the world and you might not even be awake right now. You can watch everything in replay. So don't miss out on this opportunity to be able to measure the success of your social media. If you are like, I know that my clients are sitting in there, but I don't know how to get to them, this is going to be perfect. If you're like, I'm posting, 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 but hearing crickets, this is going to be perfect for you. If you're saying something like, I post and I have hundreds of people who show up and go, beautiful, or they're like giving me the heart and giving me the thumbs up, but I have no idea what to do next, this is going to be perfect for you. So simply say me in the comments. I'll send you the information you need in order to join me and Team Art Boss while we do a social media funnel audit so that you know how to measure the work that you're doing and the results that you're getting. We just need to make sure the work you're doing matches the results that you want. So super excited to be able to do that with you and be able to do that for you, because you're also going to have access to Team Art Boss to do a top of funnel audit for you. Super excited. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in, and we'll get right back to you. You guys have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.